GoJuiceRadio's Fresh Juice. That one shit's called Foul by N.O.R.E. He got an album coming out on April 16th called Student of the Game. My name, of course, is D-Money. You can follow me on the Twitter at DMoneyJuice. My guest in here has been dealing with a foul situation himself. A little beef going on around the Facebook.
Yes,
with
sir.
Nerdy Boy Jr. His name, of course, is E-Dawg. We're about to get the true story behind this right here. Appreciate you coming through, my man.
His name is McNerdy.
McNerdy, right?
McNerdy. Yeah, I think somebody said his name was that. That was the first time I ever heard his real name by you. I always known him from McNerdy. I met him in the drive-thru and he spit a rap to me, and I had time. It was one of them 3 a.m. situations. He was working the drive-thru, tried to reach out and give me my change. He dropped it. That's when I realized, he had a little dysfunction in his arms, and I was respectable about it. I got out my car, actually picked up the change, and just act like it never happened, man. And I guess too many people reported it, and my man wasn't at the drive-thru no more. But yeah, McNerdy, he's a cool dude.
So at the beginning, though, I mean, you actually did some business with him, right?
No. See, doing business is when you do transactions. Right? Doing business is when you sign contracts.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people want to make themselves look important. You know what I mean? So they fabricate this story that they did business, and then once you cut them off, then all of a sudden you did bad business for cutting them off. But the truth is, you cut them off because they didn't know how to do business. You feel me? So what it is I met this kid, man, on Facebook, and he was telling me who he was and how he get down. Yeah. And I kept looking at him and his pictures and his get down, and I was like, okay, little dude must be out here really trying to make things happen. I seen a gimmick in him. I seen a gimmick. I didn't see nothing but the gimmick. When I heard his songs, I just said, okay, it's just a bunch of rapping. He ain't really saying nothing. But if I can actually get him to actually live out what his name is, I said that'd be a cute little situation.
So you're trying to use a N.O.R.E.
I'm trying to use the N.O.R.E. Yeah, because I couldn't take him no other way, right?
Right.
So I turn around, man, and I'm at Pacific Studios, and I tell the dude, I said, yeah, man, I'm at the studio. He said, man, please, can I come in? Right? I said, yeah, come on down, man. He comes in, man, and he sit down, and that's when I was looking at him, and I was going, wait a minute, man. I'm like, I know this dude ain't no... I said, man, I'm a little dude, so I'm feeling like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar right now. You feel me? So I'm sitting here like, okay, this dude, now maybe I'm just tripping. I'm gonna let other people get around and see what their reaction is before I just start passing judgment, because maybe this is the way, or maybe, I was on some other stuff. I don't even smoke weed, but that night I think I caught a contact from something. So that's what I'm thinking. But anyway, so he want to work with me, man. I'm like, man, let's see. I don't really manage people, man. That's not me. And I said, I'm not really into that management, because you got to babysit. You got to tell this dude every day that he's the truth. He's the truth. Or he's going to feel like the tension is leaving, and he's going to feel like you don't want him anymore, and all that type of stuff. And it just, when we going to put something out? And that's what he ended up being. So anyway, man, after him coming down, we immediately did some work, because I was working on the Crazy Little Dude record. So I was like, you got a verse? He's like, yeah. He comes in, he spit the verse. What he say? I still don't know what he said on the song. I just know that the flow sounded good and his delivery is in pocket. Right? Okay. I really didn't know what he said. To my homies was like, man, what is he saying? And I was like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe there's a baby language out there that we don't know. So anyway, so anyway, McNerdy was Mick cool, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna Mick call you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And we Mick stayed in touch, and it was, Mick good conversations. The thing I didn't like is when he always Mick talked about his McDad, and I was like, dude, why you keep Mick talking about your dad like that? Like your dad is your dad. Like he did Mick business with you, and you didn't. Then the funny thing is, what's crazy is the Mick things he said about me is the same Mick things he was saying about his dad. His dad didn't know how to do business. His dad was doing McVal business, and he had to McGo, and his dad wanted him to be McTap, and he wanted to be McNerdy Boy, and he chose McNerdy Boy to get away from McTap. So I was like, okay, that's Mick cool. So I assume I'm talking to all 216 of his McFriends, so that's why I'm using his language. So
I gotta say that's impressive, though. How many times you're using Mick in a sentence?
I mean, man. I respect.
That's impressive.
I respect his label. He's on the. When you're on that label, I mean, when you sign that contract at McDonald's, you actually rap for McDonald's. That's who got you. So You know, so dude is you know, he kept coming in the studio. He's a real workaholic. I'll give him that.
Right.
He just don't know how to chill. Just like Mick, chill out and just let things Mick come to you, right? So anyway, let me Mick think. So he ain't letting, you know, nothing Mick like happen. He wants to Mick have the game right now. And I'm saying, look, man, okay, so I'm analyzing him. I'm all on Mick Facebook, looking at his Mick page, and I'm like, you need some Mick friends. You ain't got no Mick friends. That's the first thing I see, right? So I'm like, dude, you got Mick 500 friends on Mick Facebook, but you walking around here like you a Mick star. So I'm like, this ain't making any Mick sense. So anyway, this is how it all Mick went down, right? So I said, look, I called him, and I became a father to him almost, right? I said, look, man, check this Mick out, right? I said, you gonna have to Mick get you some friends. I said, you can't be out here acting like you Mick big, but you ain't got no Mick friends on Facebook. That's saying that somebody ain't Mick listening to you or Mick following you. So I went and gave him 2,500 of my Mick friends. Right? And he started working. And I said, you know, stop Mick posting always about yourself. Stop always saying you guys gonna love me when I Mick do this. And you're talking big. Make it where the people Mick need you. Where they're Mick helping you. They feel like we helping him out. We gonna Mick make him. So he's, you know what I'm saying, he's turning around and he's like, yeah, E, I got this new this, I got this new that. I said, oh, don't mean nothing if people ain't paying attention. Right. Exactly. You got to get out here. You got to make something happen. So man, this shit's Mick crazy. So he turned around and he's, you know, going in the studio making songs, and you know they pop records, and that's why I was like, yo, you know, these can be big records. Yeah. Turn around, man, and dudes like, you know, E, man, I just, you know, I love this Hopkins dude. He talked to me last night, man, on Tiny Chat, you know, and Hopkins E is big, man, and he said my name, and I'm going, man, you Mick grouping, like. And then all of a sudden he's posting stuff about Mick Hopkins on his page, and I'm going, why are you promoting Mick Hopkins? You need to get Mick Hopkins to promote Mick you. Right. You feel me? Right. I said, man, come on with that. He got his. You need to tap into his fan base. So he's like, oh, Mick Hopkins said something Mick about me, man, on Twitter, and everybody's Mick following me now. And I'm like, man, that's what's up. Now that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. So man, we was working together. He had this clothing. He got this little clothing deal with Ill Tip. Okay. And I was like, I said, man, you know, what's up with them Ill Tip clothes? He's like, man, they send me everything. I said, I seen your photos. And I was like, you should hook me up with them. You know what I'm saying? That way when we shoot videos or whatever, he's like, I got you. So, you know, now this is me asking him for a favor since he want me to do something for him. Right. So he tells me that Ill Tip, he emailed him and told him about me, and I'm like, cool. Okay. I'm like, so what's up? He's like, they're gonna send you something. Okay. I said, cool. So about 3 weeks later, I said, yo, what's up with Ill Tip? He said again, oh, they're gonna send it. Oh, they're trying to get your address. I gave him the address. About a month later, I said, yo, what's up with Ill Tip, man? I said, you ain't trying to hook me up with the Ill Tip people, man. Yeah, he like, right? Man, yeah, they're sending you a box. Yeah, I talked to him. They got a box coming to your house, so look out for it. Never got the box. 4 months later, yo, what's up, man? Man, I'm just gonna tell them to send it in my packages because they about to send me another package. I'm like, this is one of them dudes that's one-sided. He want things, but he don't want to give things. Right. So I was like, okay, cool. I see where it's going. I ain't even trip with him again. Mm-hmm. So then he hooked me up finally with his photographer dude that shoot videos. Great dude, man. Real talk. I won't talk nothing bad about this dude. When we need him, man, he'll bring me equipment, whatever, man. He got a good video dude behind him. And I said, look, man, hook me up with him. I remember one day I kind of got hooked up with him, and we had a meeting and was chatting, and I called N.O.R.E, McBoy, and he was like, yeah, man, he acted like he didn't want to talk to me really. Like I was taking his connections. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, this dude, he sound like he kind of hurt that me and dude is even, you know, dealing with each other. Yeah. So I'm like, man, we supposed to be on the same team. If we on the same team, then this shouldn't even be a problem. Right. So we kicking it, man, and I'm starting to feel the vibe that he don't really want me messing with his dude. So I didn't even shoot no videos with dude. He assisted us on the video. He did a lot of work on the video set for the crazy little dude. Mm-hmm. So, you know, shut the stage down. One come up. Dude said, "E, you gonna let me rock, shut the stage down?" I said, "Yeah." Everybody knows how I do to shut the stage down. We don't really try to charge. We got a little policy. You pay up front. We give you the value of the tickets in return. You sell those tickets. That way we guarantee you bringing 20 people through that door. You feel me? So, we got to promote each other. And my thing is I'm putting the majority of the risk up. So I'm like, yo, assist me on bringing 20 people. Show me that 20 people really care about you. Right? So I said to him, I said, look, man, really we charge for this situation.
Right.
And he was like, I said, but what I'm going to do to you is I'm just going to advance your tickets and you just go ahead and sell the tickets or whatever. Okay. He called me complaining, saying nobody, man, they supposed to be supporting me, but they not supporting me because nobody wants to go. None of my people, my family, nothing. I said, you can't sell no tickets? You can't sell 5 tickets to family? Wow. You feel me? I'm like, this ain't making sense. So anyway, he finally sold some tickets in the value of like $85. Okay. He calls me. It was like 2 days before the show, and he's like, E, where you at? I got this money for you. Okay. I said, you know what, man? Just keep it. I said, just go in the studio with it, because he got a dope studio that got good prices. I said, go in there and do a few hours, man, and make you a cut or something. He was like, for real, E? Thank you. I said, that's what's up. Okay. Okay. So he comes and rocks to shut the stage down. He rocks to shut the stage down. Now, first of all, first thing I'm going is, why are you paying for all this studio time, but you ain't doing nothing but mixtape beats?
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Why don't you do your own music?
Production, right?
None of his stuff is original. Even the diss song was another person's beat, whatever. Man. So I turned around and I said, man, that's cool. Yeah, all the songs he's playing me, he's excited about, but again, they're not your beats. Right. So I'm not too excited. I'm like, this ain't gonna get us nowhere. Right. This is just gonna be a great mixtape song. So, dude is, he's hitting me up, man, and he wants to work, and then all of a sudden, man, we go into Pacific Studios, and while we in Pacific Studios, Mark, that owns Pacific, comes out blazing. He says, I need to talk to you. He's like, I want that motherfucker out my, if I don't know if you can cuss on Juice. He said, I want that motherfucker. He's like, I want that motherfucker out my studio. And I said, why? What's the problem? He said, he's in there talking to my client about another studio. And he said, I don't appreciate that. You don't come in my studio and you just start talking to my clients trying to drag them to another studio. Right. So I pulls McNerdy in and I said, look, man, you can't be disrespecting, dude like that. You got to have some mixed respect. So he says, what I do? And I said, dude, you pull this client out the studio and start chatting to him about your boy's studio. Right. And I said, my dude heard that and he really don't want you in here. He said, oh man, E. I said, look, let's just leave it alone today, whatever. So I talked my dude into, letting him come back, and my dude was like, all right, well, man, I just don't like him anyway. I just don't like the kid. And I was like, he's like, it's just something about him. People can see things in you before you can even know it. So when I'm in there late night one time, it's like 2 a.m. Mark's in A, he leaves and he calls me and he says, no, he texts me. He's like, I don't trust him. I want him out my studio. Now, I'm kind of mad because we're trying to work on a project. Right. And I feel like Mark is overboard. I'm like, man, you overboard with it, Mark. I said, he's a cool dude. He's like, I don't trust him. And I calls Mark. I walk out the studio. I don't let, McNerd know anything. Right. And I said, man, I just had to tell him. I said, man, Mark really don't like you. He really don't want you in his studio. He thinks this. I said, one day you just need to holler at him because this guy's serious. He's not really feeling you. So dude's like, man, what I do, and I'm like, you don't even see the wrong you do. Right? So that was one bridge he burnt, I cleaned up, right? Right. Okay. So now he wants to get, we had this little panel. And on the panel, Mix's manager.
I remember this was before
Shut the Stage Down 1. 2. Yeah, there you go. And dude wanted to get on. He get this artist on, the white girl that was singing.
I remember her.
Yeah, so dude that was his little artist he working with. So what he did is he went and took a meeting with Ricardo and them because they was interested in him. Well, after he had that meeting, while he's in the office, he's filming, leaving the facility. And as he's filming, he's talking, and he's like, yeah, we just left an important meeting. They want to mess with my girl. The contract is they want this much percentage. Who talks about a contract on a video in the office of the people that presented the contract, leaving the office and talking about their terms and everything on camera? So Ricardo and them sees the video online, and LQ flares. Like, man, is this your dude? What is wrong with him, man? He got to take that content down. We didn't tell him he can film in here. He can't just be talking about our deals and how they go down. And so I was like, man, I looked at it. I said, oh, wow. So I called McNerd. I said, dude, what are you doing? He's like, man, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I said, what do you mean? You over there filming, and then you talking about their contracts. That ain't even your contract. It's somebody else's contract, you know? And then he emails Ricardo, right? I hate to say names, put my dudes in it. Emails Ricardo trying to get a deal. Yeah. They're not even a record label.
Wow.
And they're like looking at the contract. Looking at his email going, ain't this dude messing with E-Dawg? Because I didn't talk about him already. So Ricardo hits me and said, oh, man, is this your dude? Is you working with him? And I said, why? He's like, because he's shooting us letters and L in them and trying to get us to do something with him. And I said, yeah, he supposed to be messing with me. But I said, wow. So they forward me the email. So I get to read the whole email.
Right.
And I said, okay, I'm going to see how he played this. So I calls him and I said, so you trying to get on with Ricardo and them, huh? He's like, I was going to tell you, E, I was trying to do some work with him. And, you know, not no deal or nothing, but just work with him in the production. And I said, dude, I'm looking at your email right here.
I
started reading the email. And I said, look, man, I said, you got to be loyal. I said, all you had to do was come to me and say, E, what do you think about Ricardo and them? Do you think we should lock something down with Ricardo and them?
Right.
And I could have said, man, if that's what you want to do, we can set up a meeting and it would have been a smooth ride. And you probably would have got what you wanted out of the situation. But you crossing people, when people look at you and they go, I don't trust you either because look what you're doing to E.
Right.
So I was like, okay. I just knew it then. I said, I made up my mind. I'm not messing with him. I don't need no contract. I don't want to manage him. I don't want none of this, right? I said, I'm cool. I'm not messing with dude. So, but I said, I'm going to still help him out. Yeah. Right? So then he gets into it with L from Cube. And I'm sitting here going, man, you got to stop talking slick. Do you know who dude is? And he's like, no. And I see the emails back and forth. They shooting me the emails of the beef. Yeah. And he's talking like he's big. Right. Like, if you know anything, he telling L, if you know anything, this is how the business is. And L's going,
wow,
you teaching me how the business is?
Wow.
And I'm saying, dude is with Cube 93, homie. You messing up your whole plate. These guys is family down there. You know how they operate. They family. So when you come through the door, you already talked about. So he was like, once I told him that, he tried to, go back and apologize. But by that time, it was like, I'm just not messing with that dude. So I'm like, man, you rub everybody the wrong way. You need to calm down.
All right.
You feel me? Everybody that he come in contact with, he got his Rolodex out. And it's cool to get numbers, but there's a way you do things. Mm-hmm. So my other dude comes in the studio with his singer. My dude go to the store, his singer sitting on the couch. First thing N.O.R.E do is, hey, man, I want to do a song with you. What's your number? And I said, wait, stop. I said, hey, man, his manager just walked out. When he get back, you should talk to him about that.
Right.
The artist was loyal. He said, yeah, man, that's my manager, and I don't feel comfortable, even talking to you about this, but if you want to do something, talk to him. And he's like, okay. And I said, man, you can't just be disrespecting people like that. Right. So my dude get mad. He's like, man, what's up with dude trying to holler at my artist when I turn my back? I've been here the whole time. He know I'm managing him. I said, yeah, that's just how he is, man. I said, man, so at one point we had an inside joke. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be around him and he don't even know. We be talking about, does anybody want to get a number out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, here come dude. He gonna pull his phone out. So it gets deeper. So dude turns around and I'm messing with him. Shut the stage down 2, come. Mm-hmm. No fee. I ain't tripping. Okay. Shut the stage down 3, come. No fee. I ain't tripping. Okay. Shut the stage down 4 was coming, and I had an investor. So the investor brought up him. Yeah. Because they know I'm messing with him, so they like, man, how much free rides is he getting? I'm investing now. So they were like, yo, so what's up with your artist? I mean, do you charge him? Are we getting charged? I mean, what's up with him? Now, at this time, I'm against the wall going, well, I said, I can talk to him. We can see if he can pay something, maybe half. Is that cool? And they was like, yeah. I said, okay, I'm going to talk to him, see if he can shoot you half. Right. So, she was like, okay. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, man, this is the deal. You can pay this. And he's like, oh, I understand, E, I got it. I'm good. Okay. And I said, okay, cool. It's petty change. It ain't even no money. If he would have came to me and said, man, can you pay it for me? I would have shot it. I would have said, okay, cool, I'll shoot it. Okay. Right? So he turns around and said, gave me a date. So boom, the date come, I tell him, I said, yo, they ready to meet you. You ready? Mm-hmm. And he goes, oh, man, I don't get paid till my taxes come. Oh, no. Well, that's saying you really didn't have the money. So I'm sitting here like, you really didn't have the money. Period. right? Anybody know me? It's like business is business. If it's going bad, then just be honest with somebody or shoot them back there, whatever the issue or whatever.
Right.
So, you know, I was like, man, you know what? You knew you wasn't gonna have the money Wednesday. You knew you weren't gonna have it Thursday. You know what I'm saying? You knew you weren't gonna have it the day of. So you should have just said, yo, you know, or hit me up and say, yo, this the deal. So it's petty, but it was all the things that you already said you would do that never happened stacked up in my brain. And I said, this dude ain't never coming through for nothing. Right? There was another situation. He was trying to get a car, and he was trying to spend some money on a raggedy car. And I was like, this dude is crazy. So boom, I was getting this bonus leaving Mix's label. He was like, I'm gonna give you the rest of the budget.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. I started thinking about what I'm gonna do. I said I should start this label and just put Nerdy out and really help him out. Okay. Right? I was like, forget it. What can you lose? I'm just gonna put it out there and see if it happens. If it don't happen. Right. Right? So I turn around and I call him and I tell him, I said, yo, I'm leaving Mix's label. I said, he's giving me a nice chunk of change. Okay. I said, I'm gonna help you out. We're gonna do this. And I started telling him the steps. He goes, yeah, cool, let's do it, E. I said, yo, I see you trying to get a car. I said, come holler at me. I'm trying to make up ways to get his kid $2,000 more to go with his $1,000 so he can get a car that's worth it, right? So we make up this little deal, and he's like, I'm with it. Okay, I'm with it. He thinks the deal is to start my label. Like, he gonna pay to start my label. Right? So this is where his mindset is at right now. Even in the song, he's like, he told me, he's like, oh, you asked me for money to start your label. I'm like, how much money can you start a label with? Because you ain't got no money. You feel me? So I'm sitting there like, this dude is off the chain. So I says, okay. I said, all right. So I'm not tripping off that. He fakes on that. That never happened. Whatever. Okay. I start mashing past him. He don't even know. I'm not dealing with you like that, but I'm gonna still give you the perks because I like you. Right. I'm not, man, this is one thing about me is I don't take what I feel out on artists, because if they talented to me, I'm still gonna push them through. Right. That's just not fair to me when people, you know, don't help you out because they feel like personally they don't like you no more. It's like, okay, I'm gonna cut ties, but you still talented, so I'm gonna still call you when there's a show. I'm gonna still hit you when I need you on the radio. I'm gonna still play your joints. But this dude, I was just like, man, I just tell him we're done. I'm not working with you no more. Right. And he loses his top. Now he want to make a song about me. Because I go on Facebook and I let everybody know that we no longer working with each other, so that someone ain't using my name, going in there with his type of mentality, messing up relationships, and everybody trying to look at me. Right. So I said, I just put a disclaimer on Facebook, and I just say, you know, disloyal just don't work. And I just basically told people I'm severing the ties. Okay. His girl told him he talking crazy about you. He said, oh, he took the Hercules bug. Oh, okay, I'm gonna show him. So she tells me, well, watch this. Okay. You know, watch what he's coming for you. I hope you can get over this one. Really? I'm like, okay, cool. Really? So you got it. You basically had a threat like that. Make a song? Something's coming. Come on. Okay. I'm laughing. I'm like, man, tell that dude to go ahead. I said, come on, tell him to commit hip-hop suicide in the Northwest. That's all it is. Tell him go ahead. So he turns around and he makes this song. I listen to the song. Yes. And I'm listening to the song and all the Mix-a-Lot. You still living off Mix-a-Lot checks? You better take your 401. You ain't sold no records. You ain't got no fans. Ain't nobody looking for you. Ain't nobody this. You just a fraud. You ain't got nuts. You ain't got that. Stop acting like this. And I'm listening to the verses and I'm going, okay, that's all fabrication. That's just, you know what I'm saying? You can Wikipedia me. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Right. So then I turn around at the end of the song. He says, what about that girl in Federal Way? That you screwed in the back of the truck. I bet your wife wouldn't like that. What about the mistress you got right now? I said, okay, now we on some personal snitching. There's a difference in beef songs, rap battles, and you saying, you know, you was with me when I murdered somebody. Now you out telling about the murder. Yeah, you feel me? A bit close. That's basically what you just did. So, you know, I get a call from the wifey 2:00 in the morning. I gotta hear it from a song. I said, man, that dude's a fabricating leprechaun. I said, I'm not trying to hear that. Right. I said, the dude working McDonald's, who you gonna believe? Feel me? Like that, I'm playing it off like, man, you're tripping. So then dude turns around and he, you know, I said, okay. And I hit his girl like, okay, your man's foul playing, right? I said, okay. You know, part of me is like, you know, what about the bitch he was fucking on, whatever. And she was like, you're not breaking us up. I said, you're right, because ugly bitches don't leave people. Right? So I'm sitting here thinking about my next move. So I can't wait. I get on the laptop. I start writing.
Right.
Now, this is me. If you attack something that somebody said about you on a song, you making what they said valid. Mm-hmm. But if you ignore it, it didn't bug you.
Right.
You feel me? So I said, one thing I'm not going to do is fabricate a song and make it look like I know him, because I don't know him.
Exactly.
All I know him for is the studio and music.
And he works for McDonald's.
He came to my house, right? Yeah. And he's probably the manager now. He came to my house, literally, and hung out outside. I never let him inside the house.
Yeah.
That's no insult. I'm just like that. Even my man right here tell you that. Yeah. I just barely let people in my house because I got little girls, and I just don't put everybody around my kids. So, I'm sitting here like, man, this dude drive a Bug, which is his girls.
Yeah.
Dirty at that. Everywhere we go, my allergies is ridiculous. Right? And I'm sitting there going, this dude ain't got no money, ain't never got no money. But he just came out in his song and bombed like that. Okay, cool. So I'm writing. I'm like, okay. 6 in the morning, I got the first verse done, and I went to do the second one, and I said, if you do a second verse about this dude, that means he's really on your mind. He ain't even worth it. Is he worth it? That's like Nas doing a whole album about me, or a whole record about me. Nas ain't gonna stunt no little E-Dawg. He gonna say a slick line, and it's never gonna, nothing else about the song's gonna be about me no more. Right. So I said, I'm gonna play this like the bigger man. I talk to him. I'd rather talk to him so he really understand how I'm getting at him. So I did the first verse, and I said, I'm not going to fabricate my song. I'm going to make my song to the point where I'm going to tattoo you. Your song is gossip. Yeah. We listen, and we're gone. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So the bottom line is, when you said I do bad business, there should have been 10 or 15, 20 other people that came out on Facebook and said, yeah, that motherfucker did this to me.
Yeah,
he did this to me, right?
Exactly. I just see one.
So I'm sitting here going, okay, cool. So I said, I'm going to talk about the little arms.
Right.
The big head. McDonald's.
Right.
Because this is you. Yeah. So now, I bet you people's trying to find right now which McDonald's you work at so they can go see the little arms at work. So they can, you know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
They hoping you working at the drive-thru so they can pull up a little bit outside the window so you can't reach them to give them their change, right? Yeah, the arm extension. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a drawer. You know the drawer that come out. So I'm sitting here like I'm about to expose who you are, who you look like. I'm not about to talk about something else that I don't know about. I don't know what your apartment look like. I don't know what none of that shit look like. I don't want to talk about your bug. Mm-hmm. I just want to talk about you so that when people see you forever, they gonna remember E-Dawg said that you have little arms. We'll pay you to take your jacket off and take a picture with you. Right? Man, I'm just like, my thing is like this, dude. You half-ass. Yeah. Your girl ain't never had a real hug yet from you. The girl ain't never had a hug. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to say all your vowels holding the front of her shirt. Like, this dude, like, come on. So anyway, we get to the serious part, right? And this is what everybody's questioning, right? So I'm sitting there and I do my song. He put his out. He sparked. He put his out, and I looked at the numbers and I said, okay. He tells me though on the thing. I said, man, that song is garbage. He said, well, it's only been a minute and there's 46 people already listened to it.
46.
46, wow. Right? He's like, it was been a minute. So I said, okay, man, I got you. It's coming. I said, just relax. It was getting mixed, and I was waiting on it to hit my email. And I'm just telling him, and he's like, you're just butthurt. You're just butthurt because ain't nobody listening for you. And it was time, E. It was time. Like, he know me. This is the funny thing. I ain't even knew this dude a year yet, but he know me. You feel me? It's time now. I'm about to take you down. I'm like, okay, dude. You can't question my loyalty for Northwest hip hop. Right. Because I told people, I pay, and you can look it up. My man's right here. He's part of E's Way. He's 50-50 with me. Right. The bill is $1,600.
For those that don't know, E's Way, KKNW Sundays.
KKNW charge you to play records. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. It's not cheap. I had 2 nights. It was $1,600 a month. I was paying the station to play your music.
Right.
So I ain't dedicated to your. You think I'm? What am I getting out of it? Real talk. They don't have no where you can see how many listeners. You know what I'm saying? We freestyling this. We're hoping that you listening for $1,600 a month. You feel what I'm saying?
Shit.
So there ain't no email lists or all that type of stuff, man. I'm like, so you can't test my loyalty for Northwest Hip Hop. Ask anybody, have they ever paid me to play a record? Never. Because I always say I don't do that. Ask anybody, have they got an interview and they paid me for the interview? No, because I always say if we're not playing your record, there's no need to interview you.
Exactly.
Yeah, playing your record, and people got to say they like your record or they calling in or whatever. That's how we get down. I don't do none of that corny stuff. So, dude turns around and says, whatever, what do you say? So I put the record out. I put my record out immediately, the same day before 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? We looked, it was like, oh, we had 3 G's. What? Like, the buzz is just like, what? Let me go see this song. Everybody's sharing it. It's sharing, Twitter. Everybody's sharing it. You know what I mean? My dudes is sending it overseas, in they email list where they go overseas, and everybody's coming from, whatever, Uganda, whatever. So everybody in Uganda know that dude got little arms. You know what I'm saying? And when they come over, they be like, where's the nerdy boy? We want to see the arms. We have to see the arms. They coming over here just to see the arms. You know what I'm saying? 2,000 a flight. We just have to see the arms. We can't leave until we see the arms. They say he's from Tacoma. So I'm sitting here and killing them on views. I'm hitting them like, wait. I said I'm not even talking crazy to him yet, right? Okay, when it's at like 3,000, my dude hit me on the thing. He said, yo, check this link out. This dude is talking crazy about you. These dudes are talking crazy. I'm thinking it's somebody else.
We're going to get more of this story from you, E, in a little bit. But before that, we're going to play some R&B from Bilal. Just dropped his new album, A Love Surreal. This one's called West Side Girl.
How you doing? I've been watching you getting down.
Juice Radio's Fresh Juice. We're streaming live at GoJuiceRadio.com and free on the TuneIn app wherever you need to be. We just heard some Northwest music right there. Fierceville, Way of Life. He's got an album coming out, all produced by his guy, Bean One. But we still got E-Dawg in the studio. We're going to continue more on this beef situation right here. Hear more of the story.
So I clicked the button, and it's McNerdy on Tiny Chat. Tiny Chat, right?
Oh, man.
Look, you get it, right? Tiny Chat for tiny cats, right? So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I'm 5'5". I don't think they're going to let me in the room, right? I might be too tall. So I'm not thinking I'm going to be able to see this. Man, I click the thing, the video comes up, and this dude's sitting there like he's really in the industry.
Really?
He got his glasses on. He got his thing. He's looking in the cameraman's eyes down like he really in the industry. And he's like, yeah, And I'm looking in the room, and it's like 16 people he talking to. And he's like, well, what happened was, so this dude, because around here everybody be looking up to this dude, thinking he's somebody. And I was just tired of it. He did bad business. I'm sitting there going, business. So he don't know I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Right. So as he's talking, he said, yeah, and I did the song, and immediately...
This is live, though,
This
right?
is live.
Okay.
He said, I did my song, put it up, and man, it was history. It was like 180,000 views.
Oh, my God.
So while he's talking, I text him. I said, I'm watching you right now on Tiny Chat, lying to the people, talking about 180,000 views. I said, you really lying to these people?
Yeah.
And it goes, he's like, yeah, and Tulane? Oh yeah, that's E watching right now. So he starts stuttering, right? Because now he wants to end his whole little reception. He's like, yeah, well, anyway, that's what it was, y'all, And he ends it. And I said, yeah, I bet you would end it, right?
Right.
So then immediately, I go look at my video. I mean, not the video. It's a video because you can actually see it when I'm rapping about him, right? But it was 5,000. So I said, man, we're killing him right now. It's less than 24, what is it, 30 hours? And it's 5,000. So I hit him. I said, 5,000 to 216. I said, that's not even 5%.
Yeah.
I said, but you hot though, right? But I ain't got no fans in your song, remember? But now his thing is, oh, but you know everybody and everybody knows you and you've been in this game a long time. And
okay.
Well, wait a minute, didn't that just take 80% of your song away?
Yeah, right.
Because you actually said that I don't have nobody checking for me. So I'm laughing, going, this is funny.
I mean, yeah.
Now he's losing. Now he's seeing the power of respect.
Right.
I have a lot of people respect me. So it ain't even about these songs. At the end of the day, they're not going to allow you to do that.
Right.
I'm not going to have to fight you. The people's going to fight for me. Right?
Right.
So dude get butthurt. I hit him and I tell him, I still said, you know, the song is a song, but I'm still going to get at you with that slick lip. And I'm going to put my hands on you. And he says, and I'm going to call the police.
No, he really said he's going to call the police.
Now I'm sitting there going, man, when did they start accepting the fact that they're going to call the police in rap music? Like that was like something you wouldn't even want to get out. You get like, you going what? Like, come on, man, you didn't say that. I wish 50 Cent was there to hear that.
Right?
Right? So he's sitting there threatening me with the police, and I just said, okay, E, watch what you say. So as everyone's turning on him and listening to the song and hitting him and tagging him into, oh, E murdered you, N.O.R.E, he's getting tagged and everything. He's tired. Now he's just like, man, I don't want no more. He didn't, the tiny chat, I mean, he just emails me. He says, hey, man, I want to be the bigger man, which that can't happen. And I want to squash the beef. I want to squash this because my brother never seen me like this.
Really?
And I'm looking at the thing and I'm going, should you take this? When does he decide that it stops?
Exactly.
He popped off, and I'm not going to let it go. So fans is emailing me these pictures of T-Rexes and taking pictures from him and putting words on them and all this, and I'm just uploading them. I'm having a ball. It's like alley-oops, man. I'm like, they just throwing me all kinds of things. And he telling me, yeah, you didn't win. That ain't what my inbox is saying. I said, why don't you post your inbox and let's all post our inbox? I said, we can copy and paste our inbox. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
I said, because I got Scrooge numbers right now where people just saying, why you do that to that dude? And then everybody's quoting lyrics from my thing, you know?
Right.
So he's like, man, he don't want no more. I said, okay. I even put the little disclaimer, look, man, it's cool. It was fun. You know, I noticed that people like beef more than whatever.
Right.
And I was being cool. I'm just laid back. I wasn't posting nothing the whole day. I'm just still watching the numbers go up. We at 5,665.
People are just still sharing.
And they're downloading and they're commenting. And I said, man, I ain't. This is now. This is like the films, you know. I'm like, dude, I ain't. This is in cruise control now. I'm just rolling with them.
Right.
Man, then all my dudes start hitting me like, I'm about to send you a song, E. It's about him. I said, wow. Then my other dude's like, I'm recording mine tomorrow. And I'm like, man, all these dudes want to do songs. And then I'm like, oh, no, it's like 9 rappers, right? I said, man, this is going to be crazy, right? So I'm thinking he going to think I sicked all these dudes on him.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, dude, dudes is making songs about you. Excuse me. Yeah, on radio, but dudes making songs about you. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And they're just itching. I mean, coming out the woodworks. I never liked him anyway. Dude always thought he was somebody. I mean, people just talking about him. So while you discredited me, you ain't knowing that people don't like you. Right. Every time when I ran into that dude, he thought he was this. You know, man, I ran into dude. And he used to diss all these dudes when he sit at the station like, why are you playing this? E, do you really think he's good? Yeah. You know, he just was the guy. He always had to be the guy. You feel me? Yeah. So then, you know, I woke up in the morning and this other network out of Tacoma. I don't know who they are. They some dudes that got a little show on the internet or whatever. Okay. They decided to voice their opinion when somebody posted that E-Dawg is my man's and he killed dude. And the dude was like, I beg to differ. I think N.O.R.E said some things, whatever, that killed him, whatever. And I was like, okay, I can take that. You know, then dude was like on the post, he's like, but you know, E-Dawg got more hits than him because he's what? He's like, he been rapping for a long time. What is he, like 50? And I said, why he throwing bad at me like that? I said, man, so I post on there. I said, 50. I said, homie, I said, I respect your opinion, but I said, don't start throwing jabs at me. You feel me? And he didn't say nothing. I said, okay, cool, he got the point. Right. But then these two dudes that I don't know, you know what I'm saying? What makes their point valid? I don't know. So they go make a YouTube video about the battle, who won. The first thing they open up with is, we're not going to be biased. Right. We're just gonna judge it like we see it, and that's what it is. So Whoop-de-Whoop makes a song, and E-Dawg makes a song, and Whoop-de-Whoop says in the song that E-Dawg did bad business. I talked to him personally, and he told me what happened. And once I heard what happened, I didn't even care about hearing E-Dawg's song.
Right.
You just said you weren't gonna be biased.
Wow.
You just said that you ain't giving me a chance because you heard a story from this dude's conversation. Well, let me give you game on Media 101, right? When you media and you doing these type of shows, the first thing you do is you get one story, then you got to go get the other side so you don't mess around and attack somebody's character that's not them and put the wrong information out.
Right.
So you need to make sure that you interview both of us and then put it together and say, okay, something ain't right.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know about that, Q, because you guys had a situation like that in your family. So I'm listening to dude, and then he's attacking me again. He says he been rapping for 30, 40 years. And then there he is again, threw a jab again. And I said, man, this dude, man, he must just don't like me. I don't like that. So I, of course I commented. I said, look, man, you gonna get enough of put my name in your mouth on foul plays. I said, I don't know who you is. I don't know who you cats is. So I post this whole little thing on my other page saying that these two, no names, who cares about your opinion? I'm not really worried about that, but you personally attacking me, it's not cool. Right. You feel me? Don't even put my name in your mouth if you gonna personally try to chop me. So dude says to me, I said what I said, don't get butthurt about my opinion, whoop-de-whoop. And I'm like, this guy missing the point. Maybe he just ain't that sharp. Right. That, you just don't, you said you weren't gonna be biased, but then you attack me, period. So I said, that's cool. You got 2 out of 216. 2 out of 216 plays is room for you. They feel bad for you. That's cool. Somebody got to put the bandages on, right? So, dude, the first thing I came up with, when they said it, I said, man, I bet you he gives them free food at McDonald's. I bet you.
Hey, that would definitely sway opinion.
That's the first thing came to my mind was the dude critiquing me is a big dude. And
he want that Big Mac, right?
Man, I'm already on top of it. I'm like, okay, this is that number 2, number 3 guy, So I turn around and that all happened. Yeah. So I attack back and I tell dude, we start getting into it. They start calling me names. I start saying stuff, man. Then I said, okay, it's on. I said, once y'all, y'all can just see me, man. I got a show on the 22nd in Tacoma next month, 27th. I said, come see me, sit down, have a beer, get to meet me. And dude's like, oh, now we're getting. So I start peeping the game. They wanted YouTube views, so they go on their page and they post, E-Dawg is threatening me now because of this video right here, and post it. Their video was at 27, immediately hit the 68. I said, called my dude there, and I said, hey man, I said, focus, man. They trying to get YouTube views. They gonna keep this going. They seeing how fast and everybody's on me right now, so they trying to get a little. Theirs they sell. Why would they promote the nobody guy, the slurdy boy, aka she girl? Right. Why would they promote her when they ain't gonna get no hits? They already seen where his hits stop at. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So they want to pass that. You know what I'm saying? They video actually got more than his song. So ain't
that the coldest?
So then I'm chilling at the crib, and I'm like. I ain't threatening nobody. Right. I'm leaving. The police come to the house. Now, how does this happen? Now we got police involved.
You actually got police at your
the house. When, Mr. So-and-so, I said, we're here because there's a situation on Facebook where complaints came by that you were threatening, harassing, and bullying, which is all a crime. Wow. And we take Facebook very serious. Wow. Because people do come up missing and killed, and so we react to these things, and we would like to talk to you about it. And I said, man, I ain't threatening nobody, and if you seen the page before you got here, then you would know. And I'm like, I know you guys evaluate the page before you come out to people's houses. And I'm like, well, who did it? Well, that's anonymous. We can't let you know that information. Right. But if there's any content up there threatening people, we would like it to be removed. Any pictures, derogatory, any of that, it needs to be removed. I said, I ain't removing nothing. Right. You just got to take me to jail. I don't know where Facebook jail's at, but you going to have to take me to jail. So dude says, okay, you're not removing it, whatever. I said, I'm not removing nothing. He said, okay, well, we might be back out here, and you can't be arrested for this. I said, that's cool. I said, well, y'all be back out here. You know what I'm saying? So I went on Facebook and told, when they're on their way out, I was like, I can't believe y'all come to my house over Facebook and there's people shooting up schools. And dude said, you threatening me?
Right.
I'm like, man,
wow.
Close the door. I call Aaron. I'm like, dude, look what just happened. Whoop-de-whoop. He immediately going cyberspace. My dude just got visited by the Mick police. The
Mick police.
Yeah. They had Mick badges, and I think I seen Ronald in the back seat. But I was like, man, I can't believe this dude's a snitch. He snitched on the song, right? And now he snitched personally. Like, who's doing it? I mean, he ain't denied it yet. He ain't said nothing. Right? Okay, so like snitches do. They rats, they run in the wall. They don't say nothing. You just hear them chewing at night, right? So that was the moral of the story, man. Dude fabricated everything. I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I first heard the song, I liked the beat, but of course the beat was hot because it was an industry beat.
Right? It wasn't an original.
It was, but his hook was dope.
Yeah.
He just wasn't saying nothing. He was saying something that was just like, okay, who is the guy he talking about? But then at the end of the song was when I wanted to slap him.
Right.
And when I wanted to just stretch him like Stretch Armstrong, and hopefully his arms just stay where they supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like. And then the dude just, we ain't heard from him, but this is where it all started again. This is why I'm on Juice talking crazy about him again. It's because when the dudes posted their little video, he got happy. It was like, oh, somebody do believe in me still. Right? So after you called a truce, now you posting their video on your wall talking about the people have spoken. 2 people spoken.
That's the people.
That's the people, right? He's like, the people have spoken. So I'm like, he just looking for that. You know what I mean? When you in the hospital, when they saying, and the hospital people said, literally, they were pumping your chest, right? And you were dying, and you flatline, and they brought you back, and you flatline, and then all of a sudden they knew you wasn't gonna come back. That was it. Yeah. So this is a good analysis, right? So you flatline, and they finally knew that it's not gonna work. So they all look at each other and they say, he's not gonna live. So they leave you there on the table to die.
Right.
You walk out the room, you accept death, you pray to God, you say, God, I lost this battle to E-Dawg. It's over. He is a better man. He showed me that he's not done. And then he was chilling, and his eyes, he turned his head a little bit, and he seen the oxygen machine, and he grabbed it and put the mask on, and he started breathing better, and he stood up and he said, wait a minute, God, I take that back. I think I got a little something left. I'm not dying yet. and he trips out, and he shoots the gun. But at the end of the day, y'all know numbers don't lie. Go look at his, and see what I think it's still in the 200s. Have you seen it?
I wouldn't know exactly at the minute, but yeah.
I think it's at 200 and something still. He's probably like 280 today. If he's at 3, then maybe he promoted at the family reunion. I don't know. But yeah. I'm hoping to hit that 6,000. I'm not taking mine down. I ain't taking no pictures down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't threatening nobody, so I don't know where they got that from. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
And man, look, this is what I think dudes should do. Take advantage of your job. McDonald's is a job you can lose. Honestly.
It's true, definitely.
Right? Definitely. Agree. You can't, if you're getting punked at McDonald's by the manager, use a sucker. Because the McDonald's manager can get McStabbed. Like literally. Just for telling me I can't take a break. Right?
Right.
So my Mick point is, if you smart, you'll start selling your Mick CDs out the drive-through window.
That's a genius idea right there for him, man.
There it is. When they catch you, so what? Stick one in the happy.
Exactly, right?
I mean,
reach the top of the box.
Exactly. Nah, but all fair, man, in war, man. This is all entertainment, man. At the end of the day,
exactly. We've had a good time.
I'm
today,
not gonna be no type of dude where I hang with you for 8 months and then all of a sudden I got a whole bunch of bad things about you. That's what I was peeping about him, and I said this on another station. If you hung with me for 8 months and you boggled up all that information about me, that means you were fake because you wasn't real in the first place.
Right.
You actually didn't like me, but you was walking with me.
Right.
So that's fake to me. You're willing to do any kissing ass you can to get your career off the jump to the point where you were allowing me to do all these things you said in the song, and then all of a sudden when I didn't want to rape you no more, I don't want no more of your booty, man. Go. And then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? You turn around and say I'm this bad person.
Right.
You know, see, that's what Raz B did. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Raz B was getting rear end by Chris Stokes all his childhood life growing up to be a man.
Right.
And then when he asked for some money, Chris Stokes said no, and he said, I'm telling everybody. That's why nobody respected him after that, because it's like, well, man, wait a minute. You're 25 and you telling us this now. And you was just living with him at 21, 22, 23.
Yeah.
Together. Y'all had a house together. So, I mean, whose puppy wasn't getting chow? Real talk.
Right.
Come on, man. And that's what I feel about Nerdy Boy, man.
Man, seriously, we've had appreciate you telling the story, my man.
That's long, man.
I know, right? But we definitely had fun, and I hope you guys definitely enjoyed it. I do have one question for you though. If he hadn't gone personal at the end of his his diss song, would you have responded? I know that the end basically got at you.
Man, come on, man. I sleep, breathe hip hop. I'm responding.
Yeah.
I'm responding. There's two things about E-Dawg.
Even if you had not gone personal.
There's two things about E-Dawg. If I'm not in the mood, I'll probably try to meet you at the club and knock you out. Mm-hmm. So all that stuff you said don't mean nothing. Right. And I know you cats look at me and say, oh, man, but because truthfully, it was really like a sting because I really let you in my world and you disrespected me. So it was really taken personal from the jump.
Right.
It really wasn't about, battle rapping is for people that really actually, like, if I was holding your career down and I was like stomping on you saying, nah, you ain't gonna get no verse and I'm not gonna, then you have a legitimate reason to attack me. But because I decided not to work with you no more because you wasn't doing, what you was supposed to do on your part, there wasn't no reason, man. People get fired from jobs all the time. Why you want to come shoot up the job?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to let you go because you wasn't doing your job. You was making it where you was waiting on somebody to just make things happen for you, and it don't happen like that. Everybody know this is an independent game right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know who the money people is behind Macklemore. We only know who Macklemore is because he's the one working.
Exactly.
We see him working. You feel me? So I don't even know why he tried to attack my character like I was some foul person. Like, yeah, I would have sat back. I wouldn't have sat back and let him say nothing though. Nah, because you gotta go after. This is what I was telling somebody. I got more to lose than him.
Right.
You feel me? If I let this little dude come in and say something, and I don't say nothing, it makes him valid. You know what I'm saying? Because he was close to me. If I say something about Mix right now, Mix gonna have to respond. Right. He has to, because I've been in his world for so long that I'm saying some things that people's gonna believe. Even if I fabricate it, he's gonna have to come speak because I've been in his world. And if I went out and said Mix is this and that, and it ain't true, he's gonna say, man, look, this is E, he's been in my stable, he's a lunatic. That's what 50 did. Mm-hmm. He had to do that to Buck because Buck was about to be wild with it. And 50 was like, this dude been in my house. He didn't see what I do personally. He knows this. He know the bad parts, the good parts. We done been on the road together. We live together. Right. He had to respond. Think about it. Everybody, he had to. But if it was some peon that came from left field from Spokane and said something, I would be like, oh man, I don't know who that dude is, whatever. It's happened before. I didn't have people diss me in little songs and say something. I laugh.
Yeah, but you didn't respond to that because you're not involved in your life, right?
He wasn't close to he really wasn't close to me, man. He just was in my, you know what I mean?
Right.
Close to me is when you riding with me, when we hanging out, when I'm telling you stories. I told him, I said, man, Nerdy, man, one time we got real sensitive and we was at the light and I looked at him and I said, man, don't feel bad, man. I got little people in my family too. Mm-hmm. I got people that can't reach out and touch people when they want to, man. I know what it's like to not be able to scratch your ass when it's itching. You know? I know what it's like to have to lay on your back, put your legs in the air to jack off. I know.
Oh man. All right. I think we can call it TKO right now. But quick, Shut the Stage Down 4 is coming up. What do we got going on with that?
Shut the Stage Down 4 is April 14th, 88 Keys. We got a crazy lineup. It's good now, man. We just keeping this tradition going. Then we got one coming up in Tacoma. That date was actually already confirmed at Backstage, but I guess Backstage has some issues right now. They're getting shut down over some incidents, so we're trying to move it to another venue, and then we're trying to move it to Bellingham. And then these are people that's asking for it. I'm really not the promoter of it. You know what I'm saying? So somebody else is doing them. But this is just, because I don't want to stop my signature. I want to stay at 88 Keys because they've been, good to me.
Right.
So we're just starting like Shut the Stage Down Tacoma 1. You know what I mean? Shut the Stage Down Bellingham 1. Just let them numbers move up, and I'm going to continue to do 4, 5, 6, whatever.
Right.
And just keep on putting people on the stage, man.
That's dope.
That's just, I just like the vibe. I like the fact we ain't had no incidents, no fights, not one.
Yeah, they're good little fun events, definitely.
And everybody vibe and share numbers and stuff like that. And I think that's the purpose. And my whole purpose of that, man, is like, aren't you tired of rocking venues with 50 people? And he rocking venues with 20 and he rocking with 100?
Right.
We all bring them underneath
one
roof. And we all, introduce our crowd that we do have to each other, and we share the moment together on stage. And then rappers that you thought you wouldn't like, you end up doing songs with and getting numbers, contacts, y'all working together. Now we got everyone's attention. Everybody knows each other, and it's like, yo, that dude is cool. I thought he was, dude is cool. And it's like, bring a couple celebrities in there to hang out, to let them know that we are together, and maybe they want to put some change behind you. So,
right.
So that's the whole purpose of it. And last show, I brought a sound system in finally. So, we ain't working off the house system no more, and I'm doing the same. I'm trying to give everybody the fair punch when they on stage.
All right, dope, man. Appreciate you coming through, E. This is Juice Radio's Fresh Juice. We still got to get to the Fresh Coast Face Off in a little bit, but it has definitely been one of those nights. So we're gonna play this new one from Juicy J featuring The Weeknd. It's off his new album, State.